Hi, everybody. It's Richard Silver from the Silver Burtnick and Associates Group at Sotheby's International Realty Canada. And I have a really good friend of mine on from Dallas, Texas, JRU country. His name is Pogir.
That's our town, Big D.
Yeah, it's the big D. Anyways, Pogir is originally South African. I mean, you can hardly tell, but he is with a company called Briggs, Freeman, Sotheby's International Realty. So, until coronavirus hit, tell me a little bit about your market before coronavirus. What areas were you helping out people in, servicing?
Well, Dallas has been one of the most amazing cities in the whole of the United States.
Right.
So many corporations, so many people are moving here from the West Coast, from Chicago, from New York. So it is like the new hub for big
technology,
big CEOs to move their companies for their headquarters. So it's been incredible amount of movement to the whole Dallas-Fort Worth area. And the first quarter was a great beginning to the year. It was absolutely unbelievable. I have 25 listings.
Wow.
And I had 8 under contract. And it's been pretty powerful. And then it was really something just as if the switches were turned backwards, because we're very reliant on a lot of issues here, a lot of things to do with oil and gas. We've got a lot of very successful oil and gas people. And in the luxury market, those guys love to spend. The Dallas guys are big spenders. And they spend in all these other cities around the country as well.
So
especially the holiday markets.
Are they nervous about spending right now, do you think? Or they pulled back?
Well, you won't believe this, but I had 4 very nice size contracts all call me, and they were all canceled, all of them.
Yeah, and, I'm surprised so they can just cancel a contract and walk away. That's it.
No, these were all like right at the last minute of the option period, but everything was done. Everything was looking great. So we were all excited. The sellers were excited, and it was just a tough phone call to tell them this is what's happening.
Yeah. So you'll be back on the street doing a song and dance number, and
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, luckily I put a deal together the other day that was conditional. We finally got the conditions removed, and hopefully, we've got a couple of things that have come to the market. We are still showing properties, but electronically and virtually, and doing as much as we can virtually and through Zoom meetings like this.
Right. What was interesting, I even got a call from one of the buyers direct to me as the seller's agent, just to explain the situation. They're in the oil business in Houston, and they just had to make this decision and cancel the sale, but did say, guys, if it does get better in the next month or 2, we possibly could be back. So that was really powerful.
Yeah, it's we're hearing a number of those stories. So what kind of if I was to call you today and say, Pogir, I need you to go look at a house for me, you are now deemed essential service, I believe.
They just changed us to essential service. Well, but we're in stay at home situation.
Stay in place.
Stay at home, and to be very honest and blunt and direct, I am literally staying at home. I'm not leaving for any client, for any property, for anything at all. I am truly a believer that it takes all of us to do the biggest effort possible to slow this down. So I literally, in 20 days, have left the house maybe once or twice max, just to do something absolutely essential.
Essential, like shopping or food.
Well, I'm not even doing the shopping. When you reach my age, you start being in that number where you're one of the ones that are more...
I think I'm there too. I think we've had that discussion. I'm in that same age group, but
exactly.
You know what? On the one hand, I see that. On the other hand, I think both you and I have lived through a couple of situations that we thought would never end, and they did. There were downturns in the market,
But what's interesting at our office at Briggs Freeman, they've actually really told you to be safe. They want everybody to be safe, but they also have outlined some opportunities for agents who are willing to go out. So I can call on some of my guys at the office and say, hey, I've got this. If you're willing to do it, As
Yeah,
long as you follow all the guidelines.
exactly.
And so we're working as a team, which has really been fabulous.
Yeah. We have I was talking to one of the guys in our office whose wife is very compromised. She's got a lot of health issues, and he says he doesn't want to go out. And I said, David, the best thing is I'm sure there are agents in the office who would be glad to help. And he said, yeah, he was happy with that thought. I mean, I think he was feeling a little bit as if he didn't have an option, but there are those options.
Yeah. But I got to tell you, Richard, I'm taking this time and making it very, very positive. Yeah. And I get up and do my ninja ring. I do my whole gratitudes, and I do my affirmations, and I read my positive piece. And then what I've done every day now, I have literally called approximately 30 plus people a day. Perfect. So it's over 400 personal phone calls to people and really touching them. And the responses have been absolutely incredible. Yeah. Clients, friends, family, all over the world. And just, they get quite emotional about you reaching out to them.
Yeah, I think it's
powerful.
It is very powerful. And you know what, because what I was saying, I was talking to Heather Shields a few minutes ago, and I was saying, Heather, what's so frustrating for somebody like you and me and Pogir is we're so social. We are used to we are social animals. And all of a sudden to have to hold up in a small office and exist for like 3, 4, 5 weeks, maybe 3, 4, 5 months. It is, it's not easy. It's probably one of the hardest things they're going to want us to do.
Right. What's quite amazing is while I'm on the phone to all these people, I'm a doodler. So I've been doodling, and I posted on Instagram this doodle page that was 20 days of work. And the wildest thing, there's a picture of some of it.
Oh my God. It's like a piece of art.
Yeah, it's really cool. But what was really amazing is from that doodle I posted yesterday on Instagram, the owner of the Virgin Hotel in Dallas just sent me a message. He wants to know if he can purchase it.
Perfect.
And he's putting all local artists into the hotel, which is quite funny. So I'm like, suddenly I'm turning into an artist.
You always were. Anyways, one of my housemates did this haircut, and
it looks good, Rick.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, we need to get some of those hairs.
Mine's going to be down to here by the time we're done. They just issued in Dallas this morning that we are stay at home till May the 20th.
Oh my gosh.
That just happened about an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that came through.
I think I'm not too sure what they're going to do with, as far as Canada is concerned. We've had great leadership from our Prime Minister. I must admit, our Prime Minister has been great. He's been out there every day. He goes out on his own in front of the house that he's quarantined in. So he's going through everything that we are. He just sees his wife and his kids, and that's it. And everything else is done electronically, and he's staying at home. Yeah. It's not, the press conferences are all electronic. Everything is done electronically. So it'll be interesting. Hopefully, keep fingers crossed. And I did have a friend who was in the hospital. He's now out back home, but I think we're going to see more of it. We are going to see more of it. Yeah. So let's hope.
What's interesting, I have been working in an area which is very unique for Dallas. It is called the Dallas Design District, and it's very close to downtown. And it's old warehouses that have been now changed their use a lot. From the old warehouse, now we're turning them into galleries, into stores, and it's fabulous. And so, incredibly, in the last 6 years since I ventured down there as a residential guy amongst all the commercial guys, it's suddenly I've now in 5.5, 6 years been involved with 20 buildings, and I've sort of created this cool niche, taking these old warehouses, turning them into cool live workspaces.
Oh, perfect.
And guys are putting car collections, putting art collections. Yeah. And so right as this thing hit us, I started working on a building for a client that I knew 30 years ago, saw an ad of mine for the design district and said, Pogir, what are you doing down there? I didn't know you were down there. I said, what do you mean? I've been down there 5, 6 years. And he says, I just bought a building and I want you to work on it with me. And you won't believe it. But we just started the design. It's super cool. and we're going to try and take this design district in Dallas and create this great energy, this vision like they have in Miami. So
well, and
that's
also,
what we're going to do.
Also, San Diego has that wonderful area called the Gaslight or the
Gaslight District.
Yeah, the Gaslight. It's great. It's that combination again of residential and commercial that I think is so important. It really works well.
And what's cool for us is, so I do all the beautiful homes and the beautiful condos, but then this is another avenue and exposure that brings those people from the big homes, and they want to have another area to go with the best views of downtown Dallas.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So listen, I just want to say, stay safe.
Thank you.
And look after yourself, look after your family and everything. And God knows when we'll see each other face to face again, but I'm sure we're going to see each other. Well,
absolutely.
Tonight we have
I love visiting your amazing city, Richard.
Oh,
it's
pleasure.
beautiful.
Anytime. And tonight we have a party for Dev, who's having his birthday. So
we will be there.
Well, we'll see you then. We'll have a drink together. I may be.
Thank you, and a great job.
Pleasure, and I really, really enjoy. And I just want to say thanks again. And it's Pogir with Briggs Freeman in Dallas, Texas, and J.R. Ewing's country. So just want to say thanks again.